YouTube, we are back. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for tuning in today. My name is Oscar, and this is where I talk about reality, awareness, consciousness, connecting with spirituality, and knowing your true self, true nature, beyond the conventional. So, why do I always say beyond the conventional? Well, you're going to see in this video, because this video topic, right, what it's called is relative reality, okay? A perspective that will change your life. Quite literally, okay? So why do I always say that at the beginning of my videos? Okay, going beyond the conventional. Well, because when you go beyond the conventional motifs, ideologies, and beliefs about who we are in this world, or, individually, we start to break free from a pattern of relativity, of comparative reality, of duality, whatever you feel more comfortable calling it. But why is this so important? And that's what I want to talk about in this video. That why is it so important to break free from this pattern of thinking? Well, if you've already watched some of my other videos, you kind of know the idea of where I'll be heading in this video. But it's all about points of views, okay? Realizing your true nature, expanding your consciousness, awareness, mindfulness, it all stems from breaking free from one pattern of thinking, one pattern of feeling, and moving on to the next stage of your own, self, of your own evolution. And that you realize that, wait a second, I can think this way. And that once I perceive my life, once I think and feel in a new way, therefore, my interpretation of reality completely changes. My experience within reality completely changes. An easy example of this would be subjectivity, being subjective to your world, and objective. Being subjective, you're affected and triggered by all the things that are happening circumstantially. But when you take the objective point of view, guess what? Things are coasting by you, not even bothering you. And you were able to witness your environment. But that's something else entirely. But I made a video on that. So if you want to watch that, it's called Objective Consciousness. So, relative reality. The reason it's so important for mankind, right, in general, for us to realize our true nature, is that right now, the majority, for example, what I've experienced and what I've perceived others to experience, is that the way we think as a whole, as mankind, is relative in the sense of every single information, and the way we talk and the way we communicate and come to conclusions on a global scale is relative to what has already existed prior. So if I say, hey, that's black, then you tell me, no, that's white. So you always try, and people are always saying the opposites, or saying the other, part or aspect of what they're saying. When we talk about educational systems as a conversation, the only points that are made, right, conventionally, talking about education, is other forms of education that already exist. What about a new form of education, okay, that will help and benefit us as a whole? So it's a trap, okay? Relativity. Bad, good. But why is bad good? I mean, why is bad bad? And why is good good? Where does that come from? But it comes from our own man-made interpretation of what is good and what is bad. That relative comparative example. Oh, look at that person. They killed somebody. That's bad because no one likes to be killed. Okay? That person didn't kill somebody. That person saved somebody, so that makes them good. But it's all coming from our own assumption, our own individual identification with what is good and what is bad. Okay? So as you can see here, we're already taking a very rigid stance, point of view, and perspective on life already. So that's why now, when one person does something bad or something good, they get praised, right? They get celebrated if you do something good. But if you do something bad, you get shamed. Okay? You get sent to jail. You might even get executed, right? But all this comes from a lack of understanding who you are. A lack of breaking free from the patterns of life, the structures and paradigms that exist already. Because we're only functioning through those patterns and systems. So the point of this video is to inspire a new way of thinking, a new pattern that you can create. Because when you truly go beyond yourself and you start to let go of who you think you are, that is when the possibilities, the infinite possibilities of who you really are, start to show themselves to you. Okay? So for example, a new way of thinking that I want to provide in this video for you is that instead of seeing, let's say, killing or rape or these certain things as bad, how about seeing them as experiences for that higher, more intelligent part of yourself, right? Your true self, your soul, your higher self, whatever you feel comfortable calling it. But the portion of you that actually chose to come here in this lifetime, okay? And what's the true meaning of this relativity, of this duality that we're always seeing in this lifetime? Why is it so crucial? Why is it so evident? How can it really help us evolve? And I'm going to tell you, okay? So remember, you didn't choose to come here. Your ego did not. What is truly you is that unique expression of the Creator within you. Okay? So your soul came to experience itself here in this physical, material plane of existence, this third dimension. Okay? So, it came down here to experience itself, right? As such, as a human, knowing that it was going to forget and that it was going to experience this relative duality reality. Okay? But through this, the true soul, okay, your higher self, the intelligent portion of yourself that's within you, the way it sees life, the way it sees rape, killing, is an opportunity to experience and to know what it is not. Okay? I'm going to say it one more time. Your higher self, your soul, what it truly receives for its own evolution through, let's say, getting raped, getting attacked, getting hit by a car, or getting mugged, getting into a fist fight, a bar fight. What it truly learns from this experience is to learn what it is not. And imagine that as a collective, right? Imagine the entire world going through all these situations, getting screamed at by a parent, getting forgotten by their parents, getting fired from a job, okay? All these so-called negative things that may happen to us within our lives are all opportunities to see what we are not. Through seeing many selfish, arrogant people, through seeing beautiful people, we get to see what we are not and who we really are. That's why love becomes such a big, grand ideal, foundation of who we are in this lifetime. Because through that loving space, we really get to see our potential of who we really are. The fact that, yes, I actually do prefer to love others than to hate or kill others, or rape others for that matter. Okay? And I want to allow you to see and really spark the potential of this knowingness within you. Because imagine, if every person took this point of view within life, the fact that they can accept and go beyond their current interpretation and understanding of the world, that we can literally change the world overnight. Okay? Now we can really think about the decisions that we make from a higher perspective, an expanded state of consciousness in alignment with your true self and your true nature. Okay? So a lot of the times we think, okay, that over there, that's a brick wall because, you know, when I learned in school, this was a brick wall and this is what brick walls are made of. Okay? But what about going beyond the brick wall? What is the brick wall at its core level? Okay? What is the fabric of reality itself? And what does the brick have in common with the tree? What does the tree have in common with the sky? Okay? So these are different types of understanding the world from an expanded state of view, from a more mindful, all-embracing state. Okay? Remember, you don't know what you don't know yet. And that you are continuously going to have to be using this relative reality as your own experience, right? Because a deeper portion of yourself, right, that you are evolving into and remembering, right, throughout this life journey is having a blast, okay? It's having a blast. So even though you might not like where you're at right now, even though you might love where you're at right now, either way, your soul, as if you want to call that your higher self, that creative faculty of who you really are, is enjoying this process of knowing itself noticing certain things and experiencing it really at an emotional level. Wow, I am not that. I do not want to be that. I want to go over there. I don't want to be living through a lack mentality, right? I don't want to think that I'm poor. I don't want to think that I'm worthless. I rather actually think that I am worthy, that I am great, that I am magnificent and magical. But guess what? How would you have learned that you are worthy, powerful, great, abundant, prosperous if you didn't really get to see the relative part of what you were not or what you did not want to be? As in, from being poor and surrounded by a lack mentality, surrounded by greed, surrounded by anger, surrounded by worthlessness. From there, you got to realize that that is not what I choose, that is not what I want. And then you then changed your perception on life and you chose to feel within yourself internally that you were great, worthy, prosperous, abundant, and powerful. And therefore, you created that for yourself in your life. Therefore, you learn at a deep, deep level who you really are. And as you can see nowadays, many people are starting from nothing and becoming everything because they realize more and more their capabilities, their potential, and who they really are, of course, to a certain degree, right? And we're all somewhere in this process of choosing, I don't like that, I like that, okay? And therefore coming more into alignment with why we came here, what we really came to experience. And that's why everyone's life is so different. That's why there's so many different experiences. Why does that person has everything going well for them? Why does that person have a horrible life and the other person not? You know? So all this is part of the path. Think of the bigger picture, okay? Take this. Think about it. How can I use this approach to my daily life? Can I really choose and develop my state of being no matter my circumstances, my situations? Can I break free from what I currently think that is to then know what is not? But what is not cannot be realized without you realizing that you do not know that yet, but that you're getting there. And that throughout this journey, I can tell you experientially that you're gonna have to shift your paradigms. Because one day you'll think you know something to a certain degree, and you'll be like, oh shit, I wasn't actually completely right there. Let me shift. And now you know more and more and more. But where does that come from? That comes from you breaking free from your old pattern of thinking and opening up to the new field of possibilities that present themselves to you. But if you're closed in a box, you won't be able to see that gateway of expansion waiting for you. So, don't want to make this video too long for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it resonated with you. Leave me a like if it resonates. Subscribe if you haven't. I love that. And give me a comment. Shoot me a comment. Let's talk and let's spark a conversation about relativity. What have you acknowledged about this relative reality, this world, right? What questions do you have? What are you pondering about deeply within yourself? I love to hear it. So have a great rest of your day. Let's evolve, and I'll see you in the next video.